So what's up, everybody? So I heard this is your boy Jonathan, and I heard I was watching a YouTube video, and this guy, he was talking about religion and incels, and how a lot of incels, were raised in religious backgrounds, and they have a lot of issues because of it. And I've been in and out of that, dealing with religion and all that stuff. And what I could tell you from my personal experience, being a part of other religion that I won't name because I don't want to really, be hating on them. But let's just say it was very evangelical, and it was very go out and bring people in. And, I got in there, and it was like, don't look a girl's direction or we're beating your ass, oh my god, you're trying to score off your Nikes, blah, 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 blah. It was very... And the whole thing I saw from this religion was that the idea was to bring people in, and it's kind of like men, they should be working hard to build up the organization and bring people in, and a girl's gonna take away from that. A girl's gonna distract you from bringing people in. So it was that's why there was so many single men around, because it's that's gonna distract you. And then the harder you work, and then once the girls in the religion get old and they aren't that good looking anymore, and they've been through a lot, then it's okay, you can get married now, and you can make some babies to build them up in the religion, and you can go out and be an evangelical team. And that's what a lot of people deal with. I know there's a lot of religions out there like that. And then, I'm an Orthodox Jew now. I've been an Orthodox observant Jew for the past 5 years. And what I've realized about that, being an Orthodox Jew, is that basically the idea is it's this genetic evangelism. Basically go out, find a wife, and make babies, and those babies will go out and find wives and make babies, and so on and so forth. So it's a little different ideology, but at the same time, in Orthodox Judaism, it's find a Jewish woman. But then it's hard because you're limiting yourself to a certain amount of women, to a certain pool of women. And what's been the struggle for me is that I wasn't born Jewish, and I'm not from a Jewish family, and it's always been hard for me. So what I do is kind of and I hate to say this, I just kind of date people, or I was dating people who weren't Jewish. I am dating people who still aren't Jewish. I just don't date Jews because it's just they haven't given me a chance, so I just don't. But here's what I have to say about it. Look, it's this. It all comes down to this, right? There's interpretive sin and there's destructive sin. Interpretive sin is basically what people think is harmful, what people think is bad, and people may see interpretive sin as looking a girl's direction because you might have a sinful urge to jump on her or something. But it's only interpretive. Have you jumped on the girl? No. Have you done anything to the girl? No. Or masturbation is an interpretive sin. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing nothing to nobody, but just the simple fact that people, think that you're thinking about girls in a sexual nature, that's an interpretive sin. And destructive sin is actually hurting somebody, like rape or something. So there's a big difference. So you have to know the difference, right? And so if it's interpretive sin, you gotta kind of not really, you kind of have to let it go. Okay, so that's the first thing. They're talking about interpretive sin. Oh, don't look a girl's direction. Oh, you shouldn't be trying to find a girlfriend. You shouldn't be trying to find a wife. You should be focusing on building up the organization, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to them, because that's only interpretive sin. God never said that. God never said Okay, you shouldn't be going out looking for a wife and having sex and making babies. God never said that. So, and what I mean by sex is in a relationship. Like you get a committed relationship that's actually going somewhere, and you're gonna actually build a life with the person, right? But that's what I mean by going out there and having sex in a relationship. But so, you know, so that's what I'm talking about. So, interpretive sin, just, you know, understand, you know, that's interpretive sin, and you just have to, you know, kind of ignore people who are going after you about interpretive sin, right? And then after that, right, the other thing is you just have to know 3 things. Number 1, who you're talking to, right? Don't talk to anybody underage. Don't talk to anybody who you actually know has a wife or a boyfriend. I mean, a husband or a boyfriend. If they're in a relationship, don't mess with them. And also, don't be talking to drunk girls and trying to take advantage of them. Okay? So that's rule number 1. Number 2, don't be touching nobody. Unless you're in a situation with the girl. I mean, how do I say it? Don't touch nobody in a sexual manner, right? Don't be trying to touch anybody in a sexual manner unless you're in a situation where the girl is actually like, you know, you're in a situation where things can go down. Don't just meet girls and start touching them sexually and all that. So that's the next thing. Just don't do that. And the third thing is basically don't be doing nothing shady to nobody. You're thinking of date raping people, don't do that. Putting pills in people's drinks, don't do that. Just don't do nothing shady. Don't be lying to people to get them to go home with you. Don't be learning all this psychological bullshit to get people to go home with you. You know, don't do all that, and you're fine. Okay, so those are the 3 rules. Like for instance, if you just go to a club, you talk to some ladies and get some phone numbers, that's perfectly fine. If you dance with some ladies, that's fine. If somebody wants to twerk with you and you want to, twerk on you and you want to, you know, enjoy it, that's fine. But like I said, don't be touching people sexually if, you know, unless you're in like that situation where you're in a relationship or something. Don't be you know, talking to girls that, you know, like I said, underage, have a relationship, or on something like pills, and don't be doing no shady shit, and you're fine. God understands, okay? So that's it from my interpretation of religion and, you know, how to find a girlfriend or a wife, and not listen to those people the religious people who tell you this, that, and the other. Alright, this is your boy Jonathan. If you like this video, subscribe, like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you. Alright, everybody, I'm out. Peace.